Hello Reformers and welcome back to Warsword Conquest Winds of Magic Edition, and we are once again here with our Stean Mage, and we're going to be attempting to use our wonderful magic up against these Chaos Trolls. They are slightly larger in size, but we are of course also that. However, most of my units are recruits. They are just recruits, yes. And I did a little bit of searching around in the marketplace, and I found this weapon. Now this weapon, you may be wondering, it looks like a mace, doesn't it? No, it's not a mace, it's a polearm of some kind. And it has about 30 piercing damage with both attacks, thrusting and swing. And personally, I don't think I'm going to do very well with this, but, you know, well, we're going to try it out. And let's see what I can do here. Pink fire, I think, is probably good. There we go. Yes, take it. Take it, that is what you want. You know, maybe I shouldn't taunt these guys, because they actually have a couple of chaos people on their side. They especially have a chaos troll, which is something I'm gonna run away from if I can. Yeah, there we go. Let's just run away from that for a little bit. This wolf is trying to attack me. This is not very good. Okay, maybe I can do some damage to the demonette. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay, now if we can, maybe I can... Yeah, there we go, there we go. We're actually doing some damage to the Chaos Troll. Can you imagine? Look at that. That's amazing. Okay, I'm actually kind of surprised that I'm actually doing any damage to him, because he's got some pretty amazing armor, but obviously I have piercing damage now. So that is making things a little bit easier. Unfortunately, Xar has got himself eliminated. I did find, by the way, 2 other companions that are Chaos-based. So they are obviously going to be, you know, trained up into something or other. And, yeah, hopefully we will... you know what? I think one of them should probably be a trader of some kind. Not entirely sure, you know, what, but, yeah, a trader of some kind would definitely be pretty advantageous for us, considering we're about to do salt trading and everything. And I think I should probably... Whoa, that's a very high-level unit right there. The Seeker of Slanesh is a very, very high-level unit, so hopefully we will not take too many casualties from her. She's going to do a lot of damage to us. Speaking of a lot of damage, I am unfortunately not able to use my Firestorm ability against anyone in this vicinity right here, because they are all very, very close to my own units. And yeah, that's the one drawback that I have seen so far with Stean magic. And that it is so powerful that it can kill your own units without you really meaning to. And it can kill yourself too, which is not good at all. So hopefully I'm going to be a bit careful about that in the future. But yeah, that was a pretty lengthy battle for just a band of Chaos Trolls. I was actually on my way down to Skaven/Beastmen territory, and I came across these guys and I thought, okay, let's do some battle. You know, let's do some battle against them. They do have these guys. Now, as I've said, I'm basically not going to be taking any units that are not Chaos, like exactly like the Skaven series. We're basically just going to stay on theme, on point as much as we can, and hopefully these guys are going to sell for a pretty decent amount. Still don't have any prisoner management or anything like that, but I don't really mind, to be honest. Alright, so let's move onward. Yes, they're all leveling up. That's exactly what we want to see. So let's see. Otherwise, oh, veteran crossbowmen. Very nice to see some of those guys. And we can probably level some of these guys up into actual marauders now, because we do have a number of ranged units leveling up from our chaos dwarves. Alright, so let's take a look and see what our companions are doing here. So obviously we're going to be leveling up Antrax in his surgery and probably wound treatment, I guess. And we'll... You know, I'm thinking I might just give him a firearm at some point, because it kind of makes sense. He's going to be a medic, he's going to stay back, or is he going to stay back? That's the thing, because if I give him a good amount of strength after basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get him to about, I don't know, 18 intelligence, 21 intelligence, something along those lines, and then I'll start leveling up his strength, because at that point his medical skills will be, you know, good enough to, for the most part, save many of our units in battle. And after that, you know, having a good amount of strength will hopefully then allow him to use some very, very good armor and weapons as well. So I think I'm actually going to continue leveling up his one-handed, because even though having a gun is certainly a really good idea for the most part, I kind of want to see my Chaos guys running in there and doing maximum damage as much as they possibly can. Anyway, this guy has athletics and shield as well as riding, so it seems like he's kind of like a heavy cavalry kind of guy. But I kind of want to have a trader of some kind. Let's see what the other guy is all about. Rymort, what are you all about? He's got Iron Flesh and Constitution and riding skill as well. Well, he didn't level up, so I guess we'll just level him up in strength. And then trade? Or track? No, not tracking. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? It's kind of annoying. Okay, you know what? Just give him some trade. I mean, he's got a huge amount of charisma anyway, so getting him 5 trade or something like that, I guess, is okay. Because as I say, I do want to be thematic with my companions as well, so I'm not going to be taking any companions that are like undead or dark elves or Skaven or anything like that. We're just going to be taking chaos-related units as much as we can. And if we come across a companion that is just too good, and I'm talking like, you know, Joseph or Bjorg or Thrud or any of these guys, we're probably going to be taking those just because they are just so incredibly good. Anyway, I'm going to give this guy another point of power strike so that he can actually deal damage. I don't really mind about him surviving or not, but him getting a kill here and there, that's going to make a huge difference to his, well, shall we say, viability in combat. Let's go and get some more strength here. Let's level up all of our strength skills, and I think we are pretty good. I should actually level up my polearms a bit more, because we're actually using a polearm right now, as I said. And there we go. Okay, so we only have 900 gold, which is a bit of an issue, but if I can find a ransom broker, I will be able to sell all of my Chaos Trolls and various other prisoners for a very good sum indeed. And once I'm able to do that, I will be able to basically trade that gold for a good amount of salt, and then I can go and sell that in Beastmen territory. Now that sounds like a good plan to me, but only if I can get through this territory with having nothing to eat, apparently, because I apparently didn't buy any food, which is not very good at all. Well, hopefully I'm not going to be attacked. Oh yeah, also, we're at war against Bretonnia and the Wood Elves as well. Well, technically the Realm of Chaos is actually at war against those, and we are not, but you get my meaning. You get my meaning. Okay, so there are actually a couple of deserters here. I might like to tackle these Wood Elves for the moment. Even though they might be kind of strong, I kind of want to check it out and see just how strong they are in comparison to our current army, because I might want to take on a couple of their Wood Elf patrols and things like that when and if I become a vassal. Bear in mind that a vassal or a mercenary, either one. Anyway, point is, I did try to speak to some of the lords of the Realm of Chaos, and they were all, well, they weren't really interested. And I mean, I guess you can kind of imagine that that's to be expected, considering we're basically no one right now. We're nobody. We have not much renown, our reputation is basically 0, and all that wonderful stuff. And that was an amazing long-range hit right there. Wow, did you see that? Crazy, crazy. And it lights up the night sky like no one's business with that pink fire flame effect. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's tell everyone to charge. We don't really need to worry too much about anything, because these guys don't seem to be extremely effective, as you can see from the 70 damage that I was able to do with this weapon. This weapon is not extremely overpowered or anything. It doesn't have crush against blocks or anything. It's just got 30 piercing, and that's it. And I basically took it because it's a Tzeentch weapon. I don't know whether you can tell, but I'm actually using a Tzeentch shield as well as a Tzeentch weapon, so, you know, kind of thought, let's go full on with the theme here, you know. Seems like a cool idea, at least. And, yeah, once again, we're not going to be recruiting any of these. They are elves. We will not be recruiting elves, that's for sure. Alright, so, there we go. Let's continue onward. I might like to... You know what I might like to do? We're at war against dwarves too? Are you serious? Are we actually at war against Skaven? No. What about Beastmen? No. Okay. Phew. I was a bit worried about that for a second, because I'm going to be traveling through all kinds of hostile territory right now, and I was thinking to myself, oh, What if they're not going to be too pleased to see us either? That's not going to be good. Anyway, thankfully I am not extremely low relation with any of these factions, so it is going to be slightly easier for me to make my way through, but hopefully they're not going to... They're running from me. Okay, that's good. Please stay away. Thanks. I would appreciate it. Let's go for some Marauder veterans right there. I did say that I wasn't going to take any corn units, but I am taking a couple, literally just because I kind of want to expand my army as quickly as possible, and doing that by just, well, recruiting anyone I can get my hands on, with the exception of obviously staying to the theme as much as possible. And there's Putrid Stump. We might want to go there first for any possible salt. It's kind of a windy path, and I'm not a big fan of that, especially as a Chaos Mage. I'm not built for mountaineering, thank you very much. So, yes, we're probably not going to be doing that. We'll instead go to one of these. Alright, so I went into the tavern at the nearby town, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to look for a ransom broker and no one else. You know, that's all I'm going to do. But no, of course, my, well... I wouldn't say my better nature, we're playing Chaos after all, but I would say that my, shall we say opportunistic, yes, there we go, opportunistic nature decided, hey, okay, let's help these farmers get rid of the infestation of these ninjas in their village, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, hopefully I'll be able to use, yes, I will be able to use my spells. Very nice. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to tell everyone to hold position back here, because we will not need any assistance here, thank you very much. I will be able to absolutely destroy all of the enemies in one fell swoop if they don't re-roll. There we go, they did not re-roll, and how many died just there? I have no idea. I'm gonna have a look in just a second. 17. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this. We are certainly gonna have some fun with this. Unfortunately, the main problem with magic currently is also one of its, shall we say, biggest strengths, and that is that it's not usable in sieges, because if you think about it, if you put magic into sieges, then it's a lot of fun, but then if you are on the receiving end of one of these insanely powerful spells, you're not going to have that much fun. So it's kind of a balancing thing there, but well, who knows? Maybe they'll release an optional patch or something like that that will enable magic in sieges at some point. But anyway, I'm gonna refuse that. I'm not gonna recruit anyone from here. The main reason for that was obviously to gain some reputation and everything, even though reputation is actually not even a good thing to get, because it doesn't really work very well in this version. And unfortunately I was not able to find a ransom broker in the town, so I will be heading on to Skavenblight instead. Hopefully we'll be able to find one there, because I've just taken a look and the salt prices are pretty crazy right now. So it's not looking good for our little trade expedition here. There's another farmer, are you serious? Really? There's a Dark Ogre Man-Eater as well. I would love to be able to recruit one of those, but I'm kind of... Oh, really? Okay. I guess I'll go and help him as well, but yeah, you can see here the salt and the fine salt is 350 or so. The fine salt's 350, the regular salt's 186. So technically it's not great, but if I was able to sell my various prisoners, I would probably have a pretty good time buying that salt and selling it at the Great Horn, because that's the good trade route. And maybe we can make that happen, but I guess we'll just have to deal with this band of bandits here once again. Let me see if I can actually do another snipe. I think it would be pretty fun if we could make that happen. I don't think it's going to happen this time around, personally. Or it is. Either one. Well, you know, either way. I don't really mind. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, so we eliminated most of them. Actually, no, we only eliminated 50%. So I suppose that's okay. I mean, 50% is pretty good for one spell cast, you know, that's pretty nice. You know, I wouldn't want to be these guys. These guys fighting this? Would you like to fight this? No way. Surely not. Fighting one of these things is very, very fearsome indeed, especially someone called Oakzerd Fuse Pit. I mean, I would assume that they can just hear his name and they would just quake in their boots and, you know, fall over laughing, because really. Yes. Oh, well, never mind. I guess there is actually a couple of bandits still remain. Oh, no, they're actually up here. Oh, okay. Hello. Yes. And, yeah, I'm not particularly good with pole arms just yet. Need to get a little bit of practice on that. He's not very agile either, so he was unable to jump up here. Yeah, he's really heavy. Weird. Okay, well, whatever the case, there we go. I don't even know why I'm doing that, to be honest. I mean, I probably should have taken the money, shouldn't I? Yes, probably should have taken the money. Oh well, never mind. I guess I'm gonna look around for some ransom brokers and see if we can get some money together. Alright, so I actually found a ransom broker. This time around, to not upset one of our companions, we're going to be selling them individually. I think that does remove the problems with them, with their complaints. So we're just going to be doing that. As you can see, those guys sold for about 186 or 192 or whatever it was. And the Chaos Trolls sell for an almighty 816 each. So we are now doing extremely well in terms of gold. And I'm actually going to check to see whether these guys have salt. No, they do not. Yeah, so I'm going to actually go back to Skaven Blight and we'll see what we're able to do with the salt issue. And let's have a look. 392. I have no idea how much it's actually going to be when we get over there. So it could literally be a bust. A total and utter bust. But we're going to try it nevertheless because, well, this was good in the previous series, so maybe it will still be good here. I'm hopeful. I think the main good route initially is probably to go to the Kingdom of Araby and buy from there and then take it to the High Elves. But I already took a look and the High Elves are currently not very happy with us. So I decided to do this one instead. And hopefully it's going to work out quite nicely. And maybe we'll attack some High Elves in the process. Yeah, okay, it's working out reasonably well, I suppose. I mean, 3,200. We did have 3,200, didn't we? So we basically gained that and 500 gold, so it's okay. You know, it's not amazing just yet, but it is very early on in the game, and I suppose the prices have not yet adjusted. That's basically what's going on there. And actually, is there a tournament? No tournament. Actually, you know what? I would like to do a tournament because I'd like to potentially unlock those magic merchants. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'll give my bruises time to heal. Ooh, yes, I would like some new combat skills. I'd like to learn the dodge skill. 6,000. Okay, a little bit too much for me right now. Zandri is an undead town. We might be able to do that. We're pretty close by to Zandri. Are they at war against us? No, not really. They don't really feel any way about us, which is pretty good. Maybe we would be able to do that. Maybe. Well, what about these guys? Oh, hello. Guess we'll fight them. 29 of them. I don't know how powerful they are or anything like that, but, well, who cares? Let's just try and level up our forces as much as we can. But bear in mind, my wages are getting a little bit out of hand when I don't have any way of recuperating them easily. So we are going to have to be a bit cautious when using money, and that's why I was a bit worried about doing that salt trade, but I kind of thought it would be okay, and it is okay, but we only gained about 500, which in general is not very good at all, so gonna have to do something about that. Okay, come on, Winds of Magic. You can roll a little bit better than 1, please. Yes, 7. Thank you very much. That's much better. Alright, there you go. That was... that is crazy. That is crazy. If you have not tried out Tzeentch Magic just yet, and you've been playing Warsword Conquest, then, well, I think now is probably a good time. Now is probably a good time, because it is extremely fun to see the huge explosion of fire and many units die. The only time, the one time that I've actually seen this, the last time that I've seen this kind of insane damage being dealt, is when I was playing Fantasy Calradia as the Great Arcane Deathbloom. And he was a necromancer, as well as a mage, with a whole bunch of wonderful spells. And he was able to fling fireballs from across the map and deal massive amounts of damage. Unfortunately, then Fantasy Calradia did get their magic a bit nerfed. And it did need it. It did need nerfing because it was very, very strong. But it was extremely fun while it lasted. And let's see what else we can do here. I would like to be able to... You know what? Maybe what I should do is go and steal some... maybe go and steal some cattle from the High Elves or something along those lines. Oh no, it seems like their villages are already looted. It seems like I might not even need to. But what's going on over... Ah! Hello there, this is a fantastic thing to come across. Very good. Oh, we got some fire glaives already. Very nice. Let's get a couple more of these veterans here as well. And there we have it. Okay, so Beastmen up against High Elves, and we're going to be helping the Beastmen, of course. Let's see what we're able to do. I'm going to be extremely cheeky here, and I'm going to try and... well, basically just get as much experience for myself as I can, because if I'm able to get a good amount of experience, level up, and maybe be able to spec into trainer skill as well, then I think we will be able to level up armies so incredibly quickly. Alright, so Firestorm it is. Winds of Magic 1 is our current role, which is certainly something we don't want. So maybe they could give me something a bit better. There's 5. Oh, that missed. That was disappointing. Yeah. See, now that's the thing. It's like, yeah. Oh, you know, it's kind of like, oh, you're just, it's just such anticipation, and then when the time finally arrives, it's like, no. Oh well. Never mind. We're doing all right. And hopefully we will be able to finish up the battle here with maybe a pink fire or something like that. Let's do it. Yeah, there we go. I don't even mind about using it on our own units right now. I really don't, because getting that level 15, that's pretty good. You know, that's pretty good with me. I'm happy with that. Now I do have some blue fire here, but I'd rather use my polearm. Get myself a little bit prepared for the inevitable tournament that I might have to do at some point, because obviously tournaments are very, very lucrative in making money. And if I'm unable to get the salt trade working, you know, in terms of its price fluctuations and everything, then a tournament is the next best thing. And I do have a little bit of cash to bet on myself, so I suppose that might make sense. And there's only 2 enemies remaining. I'm actually... have I got my battle size really... I think I must have my battle size really low, because you can see here we only eliminated 46. That's not right. That's certainly not right, so I'm probably going to have to look at that. Ah, look at this. We actually get the opportunity to take the defeated enemy prisoner, and I think I'm actually going to do that, because the High Elves already don't really like us, but maybe it was not worth actually reducing their relation any further. I don't really mind, because getting the additional money from a potential ransom is going to make all the difference in us being able to afford our first enterprise, and that is obviously going to be the first thing that I'm going to be aiming for here, with the exception of obviously winning our first tournament as well. But anyway, I think that will be it for this episode. We might stick around here and do a little bit of extra damage to the High Elves, might raid a village or so, but we'll save that for the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.